let's mess around with a different rock. That rock was kind of giving me the fits. So let's try to strike a couple of platforms on this and see if we can't remove a bigger flake that I can work with at least. So what I'm looking at here, this is a pretty nice flat area on this, okay? And if I was turning this into a biface, I'd want to get off all these big humps, like this mountain, looks like a mountain. I'd want to get off that. I'd leave this the way it is. I'd want to get off all this, okay? You just kind of canvas your rock and see where you kind of want to start. I'm really not wanting to turn this into a biface though, because it's pretty small. Like, this would be better to turn into a biface because it's a lot to work with. I just want to get a good flake out of here so I can nap it. So I want to try to take this. You see how that, I can kind of picture an arrowhead right there if I get rid of this. So what I want to do is I want to strike down on this platform here to try to remove something big from here. So let's see if we can do that. And because this rock isn't that big, I don't necessarily have to leave it on my leg and strike it. I kind of want to try to leave it in my glove and see if that helps. Of course, maybe not. Okay. It didn't feel comfortable in my glove at first, but you can see what I did. So I struck down on that. It broke off and went all the way under there like that. So that worked out like I wanted it to. That I could nap into an arrowhead. Now, by the time I get done napping it, it's going to be a bird point. So it's not going to be a big arrowhead, but it's good. It's a workable piece. I'll throw that in my workable pieces, my flake pile, okay? So let's just do a real quick. So I'll put that one in my pocket actually. I'll nap that later. Maybe we'll do a video on napping that piece in particular. But so now I got this. I got those real sharp, see those real sharp points there? Now if I go striking that and following this man-made my ridge down, or in this case, or striking this and following this ridge down, it's gonna crush because this platform is so sharp. Remember, so sharp that the shockwave is not going to follow that ridge line. So in order to prepare that, I have to abrade it. Yep. So I'll follow this ridge down that I already made. I already abraded it. I'm just going to do it in my glove because the littler rocks I like to do in my glove. When I get down to kind of, if I have a large piece that I want to nap into an arrowhead, I can kind of do a real quick motion with it and just nick the very tip of it, and it'll send shockwaves through real little small thin flakes across. I do that to thin the stone out. And then I can pressure flake it. So we'll do all that later. This is just a quick video. It's getting to be a long video now, but a quick video on how to take spalls off and how to hit natural platforms. So bear with me. So I just want to hit down right there on that platform. I'm going to try to hit not right on the edge, but a little bit up from the edge, and then I want that shock wave to go down and clear some of this out. It's probably going to stop right there. But we'll see.
Is that good for you?
So it went all the way down, but it did crumble a little. Let's try to abrade it and hit it again. So you can see how I'm starting to clear that. By hitting down on that. You can see how I'm starting to clear this away here. So I'm creating these ridge lines here. Now when I go and do my more into my bifacing, making two faces, this being one of the faces, this being the other side of the face when I get done with it. It's a small rock to be doing that, but when I go and if I choose to do that, I can follow these ridge lines down now. Of course, I'll have to abrade these sharp edges, but then I can strike down on this platform and follow that down and do some thinning on the stone if I need to. That's a platform there. I can follow down and remove this. Let's try. So if you start to hurry and you're not patient and you don't prepare all your edges, your rock's going to turn out like crap. So always take your time and prepare your edges. That's the most... I sometimes get carried away and start hitting and hitting and hitting, and my edges kind of crumble. So always prepare your edges. Try to. So what I'm doing with this technique really is I'm kind of leaning I'm doing essentially the same thing I do on here. I'm leaning the stone up a little bit and striking down so the flake goes longer. So I'm just kind of tilting it up when I hit. Like that. And that's a good working point there. Or good, it could be a good point. So I'll just continue that through the rock. Continue doing that. I'll put that in my flake pile for a potential arrowhead. See, that's why I like those corners of that stone right there. So I can get into there. I can get into there. And get all those edges. So I can prepare all those edges at once. So this one's actually turning out to be a pretty good stone. See, I got kind of a step fracture in there now. I must have been holding it wrong with my glove. Too much pressure down here instead of tilting it up. And my glove actually probably stopped that right there. but now I got a little step fracture there. So I don't want to go hitting this again. If I hit this platform again, it'll create more step fractures that will not go all the way through there. So I'll have to attack this from this side and try to follow that ridge down and remove this. So took a few spalls off of some rocks and tried to set up a strategy on bifacing and a strategy on getting longer flakes through a rock so you can potentially have something to work with as far as knapping an arrowhead. When you're trying to find a strategy on it, it comes, in order to find that strategy and have the experience to do that, it comes with sitting hours on end trying different rocks out. And that's the challenge of knapping. Every rock is different. Every strategy is going to be a little bit different. And depending on the rock and how much experience you have with it is what ultimately you know, makes it a little bit easier, makes it easier to work with, experience and just doing it over and over and over again. Like I said, it takes a long time to get good at it, really good at it. I mean, a lifetime to really master it. Look up Will Lord's videos. He helped me out a lot, and I'm still learning. So get out there, find some river chirk. Hopefully in your area it's good, and then just start knocking them around. And thanks for tuning in for this video on taking spalls out, and we'll do some percussion flaking and maybe some bifacing and then percussion flaking at the end, and then we'll do some notching as well. So stay tuned, and I'll have some more videos for you. I appreciate your views, your comments, and as always, your support. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care.